Tony Costa has been visiting with us this month as we have been reacting to the reason for God, belief in an age of skepticism. That's our offer to you this month. It's a marvelous resource. We hope that you'll call us and get it. And when you do, thank you for your generous gift that helps us bring these programs to you. Tony, we talked about recently when we were together about why would a loving God allow good people to go to hell. Let me take it to another level, because there are those that say, well, there are people that die every day and they never heard or know of Jesus Christ. In fact, one of the reasons we send missionaries around the world is so the fame and glory of Jesus would share. But we know that there are places in the world where the gospel is not known. Those people die. What happens to them and why?
That's a very common question, John. Another question is, what about those who didn't hear before Christ? The pagan nations before Christ who did not have access to the religion of Israel and the scriptures.
Yeah.
Well, the answer to the question, again, there's again a presupposition. I keep bringing up this presupposition because whenever someone asks a question, they're presupposing certain criteria. What the presupposition says is, well, these people are innocent, and therefore they should not be held liable for rejecting the gospel or not knowing about God. The fact of the matter is, John, is that the Bible does not see anyone as innocent. There are no happy pagans who are innocent in this world. In Romans 1, Paul does answer this question. He tells us in Romans 1 that people are without excuse before God. They are guilty not of ignorance. Paul says they are guilty of suppressing the truth in unrighteousness.
Because even in their conscience, God reveals himself. You may not have an open Bible, but God does reveal himself through conscience.
Well, John Calvin spoke about the book of nature, which he says is one of the witnesses that God bears upon us. The created order is one of God's revelations of his existence. And also, as you pointed out, the moral conscience. God has placed his moral law within every human heart. And therefore, the Apostle Paul points out that people did know, they do know about God. They know he's a just God and that he will punish evil. And the issue is this, John, is God does not judge people. If they don't have the gospel, he judges them based on the available light that he has given them. So in the Old Testament...
That's critical.
Very critical. In the Old Testament, Abraham was not saved because he believed on Christ as we know it in the New Covenant. It says that he believed on Yahweh, on the Lord, and it was credited to him for righteousness. So in the Old Testament period, it was necessary to believe in the one true God and to trust him, and that faith would save you. It has always been by faith, John.
Yeah.
Now in the New Testament, of course, the Apostle Paul and the other apostles say that God now commands every man to repent and to believe the gospel.
And they point back to the cross.
Exactly. So God has always saved the world based on the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world, but the criteria for that was to believe on the one true God, and that faith would save them.
So God has not only revealed himself through the Word and through the person of Jesus Christ, he's revealed himself through nature.
Precisely.
He's revealed himself through conscience.
Precisely.
And humankind is accountable and responsible for that revelation.
Yes, they're not innocent, John. Paul says they are without excuse. They cannot say to God on Judgment Day, I did not know. God would say, I put my fingerprints in the created order. The heavens declare the glory of God. They speak. Their speech has gone everywhere. And so people have the basic knowledge of God's existence and of his holiness, because that moral law is within us, and we know that evil and good exist.
And I think, Tony, it goes back to my belief that understanding the character of God is central to it. Would God allow anyone to go to hell if they were receptive to that revelation or that light? No, I think...
No, he wouldn't.
Because he's God. He does what's right. He does what's holy and just.
The judge of all the earth shall do right.
Yeah. So the issue is really the light.
Absolutely. And that light, it's important that in John 1:9 we're told that this eternal Word who was with God, that this is the light that enlightens every man who comes into the world. So that light of revelation is Christ himself.
Well, I'll tell you what we love to do here is we love to tackle tough questions that people are asking. You know, we never want to become a ministry that we're answering questions no one's asking anymore. But we've been asking all month long questions that people are asking, and we also want to get a resource into your hands that will help you on that journey to take you deeper in your faith. The Reason for God, Belief in an Age of Skepticism by Pastor Tim Keller. My guest has been Tony Costa. Tony, thank you very much.
Pleasure, John.
Continued success to you and blessings